Okay, my name is Niessen and I'm with the Migration Policy Group. The Migration Policy Group is an independent think and do tank based in Brussels. And what I mean by that is that we assist governments, be that on the local or international level. We assist and work and advise with the private sector and with the voluntary sector on all issues related to the movement of people and the integration into society. As a result of migration, Europe's population has become diverse. It doesn't make sense to ignore that and say and do as if we are still homogeneous. So there is no other way than looking at Europe's diversity and benefit from it. Look at what it means in terms of creativity, into skills that we were not having in Europe, we are having now. So discover that diversity helps us to grow, to become a better place, to bring together all those skills for the good of the whole of society. The DELI project is looking at three different things at the same time. It looks at immigrants as entrepreneurs and to what they bring to the local economy. And that's why it is important that we focus first on all the efforts local governments make to promote entrepreneurship and to help entrepreneurs to grow. The second thing we are looking at is what organizations do to engage immigrant entrepreneurs as businessmen and businesswomen. So how do they include immigrant entrepreneurs in their list of suppliers? The third thing we do is looking at local governments as buyers of goods and services, because that is what local government is doing as well. And we wondered whether they could include in their procurement practices social clauses that help immigrant entrepreneurs to become suppliers of local governments. And why do we think this is important at MPG? We think if we capitalize on the skills and competences of immigrant entrepreneurs, it is good for their integration into society, because we think that economic integration leads to social integration, and that integrated societies are better societies to live in, not only for immigrants, but for all of us. Yes, what we want to know and find out is who is doing what in the cities on those three themes I just mentioned. What is local government doing? What are banks doing? What are businesses doing? What are immigrant businesses doing? If we bring them together in this project, we first want to know what it is what all of them are doing to support immigrants, to work on supplier diversity, and to include social consideration in procurement practices. We need to know that. What is it? What they are doing. The advantage, of course, is that you can avoid that we are all doing the same without knowing it, that we duplicate efforts, that we waste money because we are duplicating efforts. And when we work together we become stronger and more efficient and more effective. And we think that is very helpful to improve our practices, because we see in many cities that there are good intentions, but they are not always followed by good practices. And DELI is an instrument to exchange good practices, but again, you can only do that if you know what is happening in those 10 cities. And therefore, the cities have to assess themselves so as to be able to improve their practices. Yes, as I said this morning, all this work we are doing is about entrepreneurship and equal opportunities. This is not to favor a particular group or particular groups in society. This is about equal opportunities for all. And we have to remove barriers for particular groups in societies so that they can benefit from those opportunities. And if that is done, we think indeed that will work out for the good of society as a whole. So it is not positive discrimination, it is positive action. It is not about the poor immigrants that need some help. It is about the development of entrepreneurship for all, including immigrants.